Golfer 007, turn right, heading 185, reduce speed 180 knots.
185 on the heading, 180 on the speed Golfer 007.
Hello there guys, and welcome to one of my more unusual videos. It's my kind of first impressions / a mini review, if you will, of the brand newly, I mean literally 1 hour ago, released Active Sky Next from the guys over at Hi-Fi Simulations. Now, as far as I am aware, and correct me if you think I am completely wrong here, but there wasn't really much hype for this until maybe a month or so ago. No one really knew this existed. It wasn't like anything like the 777 or the Q400 that has been out in the sort of public domain for a while. It just appeared and everyone went kind of crazy about it. So here is my honest opinion of what I saw, and I'm going to show you it in two ways. I'm going to show you it through the program itself, which is what you see in front of you, and then we're going to hop over into Flight Sim and I'm going to show you what I found so far. Bear in mind, I've had this just over an hour, so you need to bear with me. It comes with a nice fancy new UI, user interface. The old Active Sky one I kind of preferred because everything was on the left as opposed to at the top, but there is something of which I like about this, and that is that it is completely resizable, and also go to various pages, you have this undock button, which means that you can undock the individual pages and span them across your screen, or screens if you have them. It's pretty self-explanatory on what all the buttons do. It's got most of the old Active Sky, or the Active Sky 2012 if you use that, most of those features with a few added ones, but the biggest change really is inside of Flight Sim. So I will run through my settings because this can kind of be a double video. It can be kind of part what I think of it and what I'm going to use for settings. These may change obviously, as I said, I've only had it for an hour or so, but I've played with them a few times and I think now I have the kind of optimal balance for at least performance. Obviously I've not tried any sort of long haul flying to check the winds aloft and stuff like that, but that data in Flight Sim with Active Sky 2012 was pretty spot on, so hopefully they've not changed anything with that. So weather configuration page, you can change the modes to historical even, or manual. It's the same as Active Sky 2012. If you want to load old weather, then you can choose it historical. And manual, again, self-explanatory. The map, if you load a flight plan into it, you will be able to see on the map, along with kind of a mini weather radar, if you will. Conditions, well, this is just the same as what was on the old Active Sky weather report page, I think it was called. You can see the direction, speed and temperature at levels in various locations depending on where you are. Next is a flight plan page. I guess you can import a flight plan. The briefing tab, well, again, self-explanatory. Search tab, there's already a function in the old Active Sky 2012 for this. And now the settings. Actually, we'll skip the settings and go straight to tools. You can look at the tools yourself and you can figure out what you want from that based on the menu items. Settings. General options. Okay, now this is partially what I found out through having this for an hour, but this is also my active 2012 settings as well. So download interval, I've got it set to 5. Prevent downloads on approach. Now I don't think this was an Active Sky 2012. I like the idea of this though. If you don't want to the weather to change too dynamically when you're on approach, sometimes it's happened to me. You'll be on the ILS and beautiful day, and all of a sudden the visibility goes to absolute crap and you're a bit stuck. So that's a good one. I've kept it unticked though because I kind of like the dynamic weather. It poses a bit of a challenge sometimes. VATSIM online weather, well, I use VATSIM, so why not? Log files number, this is completely new to me. I just left it on default, which is 2. Auto load flight simulator plan, so if you load it into Flight Sim, via the FSX load menu, it will automatically load it into this. You can turn that on if you want. I don't use the inbuilt Flight Sim planning system, so no. off it goes. Simulator installation folder, well, it's there, and the application data folder, well, you go see users, bellend, app data, roaming, Microsoft F, you know, it's really self-explanatory. Simulator depiction options, okay, showing sim text message, I have that turned off, you can have it turned on, it's entirely up to you. And I also have depict hurricanes because, you know, Sandy for the win. Cloud options, maximum cloud layer, I have set to 10. Maximum cloud turbulence, I have set to 100. Maximum cloud icing, I have set to 100. Prevent thunderstorms when CBs are reported, CBs being clouds. I have that unchecked because sometimes we have thunderstorms, although I guess it tends to make them every time it sees a CB, but we can deal with that, it's fine. Minimum cloud draw distance, 150. Now here's a big point, right? For those of you with kind of worse systems than others, I'm going to say that and not say anything else before people get offended. Set it lower, don't go crazy. I saw people on I've only seen this being used on stream before. I saw some guy set it to 250 and wonder why he was getting 10 frames when he was looking in the distance. If you are trying to draw 250 miles worth of cloud in an entire radius around your aircraft, that's going to hurt. That is really going to hurt. 150 is fine. It's absolutely perfect. You can even go as low as sort of 90 or 100. There you go. The optimum value is 90. So yeah, make sure you don't go crazy with that. That will cause you the most lag. Maximum cloud draw distance, well, it is 90 at the moment, which is default. Force broken to 7 out of 8 eighths, I guess. So it forces any broken coverage, i.e. 5 out of 8, 6 out of 8, 7 out of 8. You've seen this in the Flight Simulator weather engine, to the maximum 7 out of 8 broken coverage. Increases coverage and density of broken clouds but reduces potential variation. Okay, so that's ticked. I've left it there because it was the default one. Enhance overcast conditions. Well, why would they give you a checkbox not to enhance something? I guess it's to do with performance. Wind options, maximum surface wind is set at 100, maximum wind turbulence is set at 100, wind shear, and this is new, is set to 50, force ATC Wind Lock is unchecked. It's to do with AI. If you use AI, I guess you should check it, it'll make it more predictable, they say. Disable winds aloft, I have that unchecked, and interlayer wind interpolation, a lot of fancy words, check it. Enhanced turbulence, of course. Who wouldn't want enhanced turbulence? Wake turbulence strength. Now, I have this set to 5, and there's a good reason for it. For some reason on VATSIM, when you're flying, it takes every single aircraft as a heavy. I don't know why it does it. It doesn't have the varying wake codes inbuilt in Squawk Box and FSIN. Although it seems to, on the face of it, it doesn't actually work. So if you've ever been flying on VATSIM and you're number 2 behind a Cessna, and you are about to flare and your plane flips upside down, that's why. You need it set to something low, something that won't really affect it. 5 is fine. I've had it on Active Sky 2012 as fine, as 5, sorry, and it's perfect. Maximum downdraft rate, well, I've changed this to 1000 because I really want to see what happens. It was defaulted at 500. You can do what you want with that. Maximum updraft is 500. I don't mind dropping 1000, but climbing 1000 feet per minute may cause some sort of stall. I don't really want to mess with that. Visibility options, disable haze layer. Well, it's already checked by default, so I left it there. Maximum surface visibility, maximum, learn to read map. Minimum surface visibility is set at 0. Maximum surface visibility is set at 75. That's really all you need. Again, the higher you go, the worse the performance. Maximum upper visibility is 150 as well for me, which is also the default value. Again, the further up you go, the worse the performance. And auto adjust the upper visibility. Now this is another new feature in Active Sky Next. I like this. I like this a lot, and you'll see in the footage later on why. Okay, audio options, application sounds, a good idea to uncheck that unless you really like that when you load up Active Sky. Although they have made that less kind of jumping out of your skin type sound. It's okay, it's not as bad as all the other ones have been. It's still there though, and it's still annoying. So I've unchecked that, or I did have it checked, but I've just unchecked it now, I remember. The play wind shear oral alert. Right. This is for the wind options. It correlates directly with the wind shear. I've never seen it in action because I've never had any wind shear. I suppose I should have got some footage of that actually. Damn it, I forgot to. But okay, we'll do that in the future. Yeah, have it ticked. The rest of it is just for you to play around with. There's some voice sets, and let's just play one. Actually, no, let's not play one. So, that is Active Sky Next user interface in a nutshell, along with my settings. Feel free to use them. Again, if you have any problems, we probably will fix them by the time you see this video. So check back for updates, etc. Now we're going to hop over to Flight Sim. I'm not going to say very much unless I need to. Just watch. Okay, so my choice of music wasn't great, I admit, but still, look at the clouds, look how smooth they transition into one another. There isn't really much popping in comparison to how it used to be, and you'll notice that when you spawn in at your airport and you turn on Active Sky Next, that everything transitions in really smoothly. There isn't any sort of weird cloud glitches, sky glitches, etc, etc. The main thing that I've noticed, which we'll see shortly, is the cloud turbulence. They seem to have simulated that really well. And also, with every other weather engine, it's been like there's an invisible bubble around your aircraft. No clouds can touch it, no fog can touch it. You always see the wing through its entirety. You always see the aircraft in its entirety. It never seems to go through any dense material. They've managed to fix that. I don't know how, but it looks spectacular. Anyway, to the wing turbulence. You'll be really impressed. You can see here we're flying through some pretty dense cloud, extremely turbulent. The wing is all over the place, courtesy of PMDG. They've implemented some really nice wing textures and wing flex. You can see the aircraft is disappearing and reappearing due to the way they've modeled the kind of the fog, the cloud. I don't even know what it is, but it's great. It disappears. Back to the wing we go, and you can see more turbulence. You'll also be able to see the wing disappearing in and out of the cloud. Very faintly. These clouds, they weren't very thick, but it's thick enough to see it kind of go in and out of the cloud. So as I did with the FTX Global video, I will leave you with a wing view landing. I'll leave this up to yourself whether you want to purchase it. It's a affordable upgrade from Active Sky 2012, and it is an affordable purchase for people that have never used a proper weather engine before. It only works out at about, I think it's 49 euros if you buy it on its own, and 27 euros if you buy it as an upgrade. The upgrade process is the one that I did, and it worked flawlessly well. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks again for all your support, especially those of you in the stream today. Excellent effort. Until my next proper video, thanks and take care all.
1,000. $100. 50. 30. 20. 10.